right. So welcome everyone to Learning Technologies and Services for Students. My name is Gabrielle Coombs. I am a learning designer. I work in the Faculty of Education's Learning Design and Digital Innovation Unit. And I am joined today by my fantastic colleague, Eduardo. Let you introduce yourself.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Eduardo Rebaglietti, and I am the Learning Technology Specialist here at LDDI. Thank you for coming.
Okay, so before we get into the meat of today's session, we would, of course, like to acknowledge that our unit and the Faculty of Education is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. These nations and places are steeped in the histories and knowledge of the original peoples of these territories, and the faculty's activities take place on Indigenous lands throughout BC and beyond. So we would love to invite everyone here today, if you are comfortable doing so, to type your own land acknowledgement into the chat just to let us know where you're joining from today. Okay, so I'm going to pass over to Eduardo, who's going to go through our agenda, and then we'll get started.
Thank you, Gabby. So here is our agenda for today. First, we're going to be looking at the ecosystem, the UBC technology ecosystem. That should be fairly quick. And we're going to be showing you some services and resources that you can access as a student. And as we do that, as we present those and explain those to you, we'll be sharing the links as well. So you'll be able to access them after this presentation. Then second part, we're going to go into Canvas. So we're going to be looking at our LMS. Probably some of you already know it, but we're going to be covering the basics and how you can use that. And finally, we'll go in more depth and detail into the resources and services, like I was saying. By the end, we'll have some time to respond to questions as well. So as we do the presentation, also you're free to post your questions in the chat, and we will also respond to those. But of course, in the end, we can go in more detail into questions you might have. Great, so let's get started with the UBC ecosystem. So this mainly refers to the technologies that you will be, or the spaces that you will be accessing as a student at UBC. So like in most of your experience as a student, you'll be always navigating in these different spaces, like these different environments. So the first one is Canvas. I will not go into detail right now because we're going to be looking at that in the next section. Then, of course, we have the library. Probably some of you are familiar with that. If you go to the library, and we'll be putting the link right now, here you can access lots of materials, really digital materials, and you can also make reservations for physical materials. So I would suggest to navigate through this page later on. You will find it across your studies many times as you need to access reading materials. Then, of course, we have MS Teams. Not all courses use MS Teams, but you get access to this platform and some other benefits that we'll discuss later on this presentation. Then, of course, we have the Student Service Center. This is the place where you will probably already familiar with that, where you make the payments. You can see your course schedule. You can also sign up for courses, grade summaries, and all these kind of things. We'll be posting that link as well. Then we have UBC Mail, of course, the platform that we use for emails. You get an email address as a student, but of course, you're free to use any email in your experience, but just know that you have access to that. And we'll be providing the link as well, so you can go there if you want to get access to your email. And finally, UBC Blogs, which is a platform at UBC that we use for blogging. And many courses sometimes use this platform for working on assignments or even like learning, creating modules, these kind of things. So that's the UBC ecosystem. Let's go in more depth into Canvas. So I'll pass the baton to Gabby again.
Thank you, Eduardo. So many of you may already be aware that Canvas is UBC's learning management system of choice. So a learning management system, or LMS, is a platform on which your instructors or lecturers will be posting contents. Depending on what kind of course you're taking, if it's an online course, a lot of stuff will be on Canvas. If it's face-to-face, you'll probably still be using Canvas, but maybe not as much as somebody who is just doing online learning. So Despite being face-to-face, there will probably be important information such as your syllabus, maybe assignment drop boxes on Canvas. And it's also a very useful place for you to check things like course dates, for you to submit your assignments and engage in your course materials. So I'm going to do a bit of a run through of how to log onto Canvas and how to do some basic navigation and interactivity on Canvas. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and we can look into getting onto Canvas together. Okay, fabulous. So a quick thing is that the website that you're going to be going to is canvas.ubc.ca. And when you log on to that website, you'll be prompted to add your CWL. So you should already have this. I'm going to log in with one of our test accounts and you'll see what it will look like from your perspective. All right, so as I'm logging onto Canvas, you will automatically be taken to a page called the dashboard. So your dashboard will include some really crucial information. You'll notice at the top, this is where announcements are often made, and these are global announcements. So it might be something that UBC is trying to communicate or that the faculty is trying to communicate. So you'll see here that there's some information about acceptable use policy in Canvas that may have changed. So any useful announcements will always pop up at the top of your dashboard. At the bottom of your dashboard, you'll see here there's the title, and beneath that you'll have access to your courses. So at the moment, I've got 2 courses that are visible on my dashboard. Sometimes though, when you log on, you might not see the course that you're looking for. If that's the case, you can go into courses. So you'll see here on the left-hand side of my screen, I have the global navigation menu, and I can get into my courses if I select courses, and then I'll have this pop-out menu show up. I have my published courses here, but say, for example, I took a course last term. It's not showing up on my dashboard anymore, but I want to maybe find an assignment that I submitted. I could go into all courses, and this will give me a full list of courses that I have ever been enrolled in, that I have access to. Same thing if I am in a group for an assignment, my groups will also show up here as well. So if you can't find what you're looking for on the dashboard, you will almost definitely be able to find it in courses and then all courses here. Okay, so let's pop back to the dashboard. So again, I've got 2 courses here. And before I actually get into these courses, it might be nice for you to sort of configure your presence on Canvas a little bit. So at the moment, you'll notice that my account, which is just above dashboard on the global navigation menu, has an empty image. I might want to change that. So I'm going to select account. And then in account, you'll notice that there are a few options here. The one I'm going to look at today is profile, and this will give me some opportunities to maybe adjust or update my profile as I see fit. So you'll see here that I have a few options, and I'm going to go to settings, and it'll show my profile here. And then also I can see here on the right-hand side, edit settings. So here I have the option, say, for example, to change my pronouns. So if I wanted to add my pronouns here, I could do so. I go by she, her, so I will add that. I can also change the language if I'd like. The default is going to be in Canadian English, but if you would prefer to have a different default language on Canvas, that's totally doable. And the same thing, the automatic time zone for Canvas is probably going to be Pacific time. If you're residing outside of the Lower Mainland, you might want to choose something else as well. And then once I've done that, I can update my settings. You'll also see in these settings that you can add other email addresses. So if you're finding that it's attached to your UBC email and that's something that maybe you're not checking as often as your personal email, or vice versa, maybe you want to add your UBC email, you can always add extra email addresses to your Canvas account so that you can be notified in a different place if that makes more sense for you. Okay, and then if I head back to my profile, you'll see here now that I've changed my pronouns, I can also add an image. So if I wanted to add an image of myself, I would just select this pencil icon here. So I'm in profile, And then I can take a photo of myself if I want. I can upload a picture. I'm going to take a really quick one. Try not to make it too silly. I'll just take that. It's going to be blank, but that's fine. I'll save. And then it will set that image here. So it's just blank at the moment, but no big deal. Okay. So this is how to update your personal information if you want to change your profile picture, your pronouns, or configure any settings. That can be done through account and profile and settings. Okay, so we're going to now take a look at Canvas course and think about how you can navigate it. So we're going to look into this course here. So to access it, I'm just going to click on the title. Ooh. And you'll see here that from almost every course on Canvas, you'll have a home page. There will also be a second menu. So this is usually what we call the course navigation menu. And this is the easiest way to access different parts of the course. So say, for example, I want to locate the syllabus. You'll see in the side menu, I have syllabus. So I would select that, and that will have all of the critical information for the course. So things like the instructor information, description of the course, maybe a PDF or Word document syllabus. It will usually also have a list of assessments and your schedule. If that information is missing from the syllabus, however, you will definitely be able to find it in other places too. So typically, if you have content on Canvas, it's going to be in modules. And so if your instructor has uploaded any of your weekly content, you will probably find it here. So you'll see here, this is just an example of a module. You might have an overview, some learning materials. If you're meeting in person, you might have some information here as well. Now, if you're using Canvas a lot, which you may be, you will probably, you might be uploading your assignments here. And so here you'll see that if I go to assignments, I'll have a list of assignments that are yet to be uploaded to, or anything that I might need to do. So if I want to upload an assignment, you'll see that I've already submitted something here. But generally speaking, you'll get a blue box and it will say start assignment, or if you've already uploaded something and you're not super happy with it and you want to upload it, a new copy, you can always select it. It will say new attempt if you've already submitted something. So to do so, I'm just going to select new attempt, and then I can upload my file here. So you would upload the file. I'm just going to choose something really basic to upload. And then once I've done that, I will select submit assignment. It may be that you might have to upload more than one file. You can definitely do that. You might want to also upload a video. That's possible as well. So if I wanted to upload more than one file, I can do that as well. Okay, and then once I'm happy with the number of files attached, I can select submit assignment. And Canvas is pretty good at letting you know that you've submitted something. It'll put confetti up in the air or something to let you know that you've successfully submitted an assignment. Another common thing that you might be doing on Canvas is participating in discussions. So again, in the side menu, you'll find that in discussions. And if I'm here, you'll see that there are a few discussions available to me. Often there's an introductory one. There might be something for peer support or coffee talk, but usually it might be like a weekly discussion forum that you need to participate in. So to take part in a discussion, you would select the discussion from the list. And you can always interact with the discussion by just selecting this reply box. I know it's kind of inconspicuous, but you can select here if you just click, and the text editor will appear. And then you can type your comments or thoughts here as well. You can also upload things like videos or images to this discussion box. So if you have an image, you can always upload an image. If you have a video, you can upload or record a video, or you can make a document as well if you would like. If you're interested in maybe sharing like a YouTube video, you can always do that through this plug-in icon. You can go through all, and then YouTube will be an option as well. If you're using Kaltura, which is a video hosting site that is specifically available for UBC students and everything is hosted in Canada, you can definitely upload pieces from Kaltura as well. And so then once I'm done with my post, I would select post reply in the bottom right-hand corner. And so now I have a lovely discussion post here. If I wanted to say comment on my peer, I could also do that. You'll see that similarly to the reply box here, you'll have reply here, and I can post a response to that particular thread if I'd like. And then that can go on and on forever if I want. So again, discussions are pretty commonly used in our faculty, so definitely get comfortable responding to them and adding different elements. I think the last really crucial thing to go through with Canvas is the library online course reserve. So even though that is available through the library, if your instructor may have put your course readings into what is referred to in short often as LOCR, or the library online course reserves. And there will be a link in this side menu here that will allow you to access the library online course reserves. So if I select this, it will take me outside Canvas to the library. And then once I'm in here, I will see a list of the readings that are available for me. And so here I have a reading. I can see all of the information here. And then if I want to actually read that reading, I would go to view item, and then it'll whisk me away to the part of the internet where that reading is housed. Obviously, because I'm going with a test account, it's not going to let me read it. But for your sake, that will definitely work. You may need to log into the library website if you're having issues accessing things. So again, much like Canvas, the library is CWL login. So you don't have to create an account or anything for the library. It is exactly the same login you would use for Canvas. Okay. And so I think broadly speaking, those are the main things that you'll be using on Canvas. Obviously, Canvas does have other features, but if, say, for example, you're not quite sure what you're looking for, or you're looking for something, I'll draw everyone's attention to the help option in the global navigation menu. And here you'll see that there are a lot of different help resources. We'll actually go through quite a few of these today, but the helpful things, definitely the library online course reserves you can access here. You can also access software distribution, which is really helpful as well. But otherwise, this help resource has a lot of different really awesome resources that are worth going through as well. Okay, so I think that is broadly speaking Canvas. So I'm going to hand back to Eduardo. We'll definitely be going through some other resources, some of which are on Canvas. So we won't be leaving Canvas completely, but I will head back over to Eduardo and we can go through some more resources with you guys.
Thank you, Gabby. And because you're there sharing, maybe we can quickly show where students can access the software distribution. So one way you can access different software that is available to you as a student would be precisely where we just saw it. So you would go to the help section in Canvas, and then you can access this software distribution, which will take you to, let's see. Yeah, to the page where you can look for products that are available to you as a student. So I'll go back to the presentation now so I can mention what these products are. Great, so let's talk about student resources and services. So like we just saw, through software distribution, you have access to Microsoft 365, which includes Word, Office, basically, and also gives you a cloud space. I'll show you that in a minute. You also have access to Snagit, which is for screen capturing, which is a screen capturing software, and also Camtasia, which allows you to also edit video. Then we also have the LDVI e-learning resources for students. So let's look at these and also share the links in a moment. So where were we? Yeah. So if you access Microsoft 365, you'll find that you have access to all these different apps on the web, of course. So, you know, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Teams, if you're using Teams for a course. And I guess one of the nicest things here is that you have access to OneDrive, and OneDrive comes with 1 terabyte of space. So you can use that to upload files, share files when you're working on your courses, or even for personal reasons. So that's a really nice feature. Then I was showing also the e-learning student help and resources. This is something that we would encourage you to check out. Here you can learn more about Canvas, also about academic integrity, accessibility, using videos. So this is really nicely done by our team of learning designers here at LDVI, and you'll find a lot of things that will be useful to you in your experience as a student at UBC. Oh, something that I didn't mention in the first part when we were looking at, you know, like the library and, you know, SASC, like Canvas and all of these UBC blogs, something that I would recommend. This is something that I did as a student. I'm also a UBC student, did my master's here, was to just like bookmark all of these, you know, so because like throughout my experience, I was always like, oh, I need to go to Canvas now. I need to go to the library. I need to go to SISC. So it will be a great idea if you do that. I would suggest that. And the same with all the links that we're sharing today. Okay, so then other resources that you have access to. One is, this is really great. It's called Student Services. It's a space created by UBC, and we'll be sharing the link right now. And here you will find also great resources like guides to UBC, if you're new to UBC, academic resources, resources again for health and well-being, campus life, meaning activities, events, how you can get involved with the community, also career and experience, where you can find opportunities for working, and finally courses, money, and enrollment. Okay, of course, this website has a lot of things that you can navigate through, so we'll leave that to you to explore later on, but there's many things that you might find interesting here. And then, of course, we have the Chapman Learning Commons. Here you can, the main thing is that you can get access to some technologies that you might need. Is that correct, Gabby? Like dongles and
Yeah, exactly.
What else? Video cameras, maybe?
Yeah, definitely.
Microphones,
So yeah. So Chapman Learning Commons is located in IKB. So if you're on campus and you're looking to maybe borrow, as Eduardo was saying, maybe some filming equipment, maybe you want to borrow like a drawing tablet or something like that. This is all available to students through Chapman Learning Commons. So it's a really great resource. The folks at Chapman Learning Commons are lovely and will very much help you out, especially if you're not quite sure what you're looking for. So it's a great resource and really conveniently located in IKB. So I would definitely recommend going to visit them, but also their website has a pretty good overview of what's available to you.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Thank you, Gabby. And then, of course, we have UBC IT. So this is the team you can contact when you have technical issues. So if you have like not being able to access your email, or if something goes wrong with your CWL, any kind of like technical issue that you might experience as you study here at UBC, you can always contact UBC IT. They have let's look at that. They have a support section, and here you can send them a ticket. And they're usually very swift to answer, so you will get an answer just in a couple of days. And yeah, I think, oh, one thing I wanted to mention. So we are at LDVI are launching today a very cool project, which is called UBC Vancouver Learn, Pin, and Annotate. So we have created a map, And we have created different annotations, of course, meaning stories with pictures and videos of some spots at UBC, and usually like spots that people might not be too familiar with. So this is inside of a Canvas shell, you can enroll in that shell by yourself, and then you can access that map and explore a little bit these different points that we have marked and learn about UBC. And we are also inviting people to create their own annotations. So the idea is that this will grow into space where people are sharing their own stories, memories, insights about UBC. And so if you access that space, we'll share the link in a moment. You'll find that it's like set up in a Canvas course, kind of like what we just saw with Gabby. Of course, we don't have like modules or anything like that. It's just one homepage. I will encourage you to read through the instructions so you get the idea of what the project is about. Also, all the posts that we're creating, or all the items, so to speak, all the stories, we are giving them tags. So, you know, it can be like related to people, places, innovation, nature, etc. And you can, of course, create your own tags. And then you'll find here all the instructions on how to access the map and how to participate, how to create your own pins and your own annotations. So we'll share the links in case you want to participate in this activity.
Okay.
Great, you can connect with us. This is it. So you can connect with us through Twitter, also like through our mailing list. And well, the booking to one-on-one consultation, this is mostly for instructors really, but if you have any technical issues, you can always email us and we'll be sure to connect you with the right people. Gabby, anything else we want to mention, cover?
I think that's a pretty good overview of what's available at UBC.